Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas and Happy Fun Zone. My name is Nordista Freeze, and I'm coming to you from the very cold December outside land because I live with my family, and my dad is teaching a class right now. He teaches middle school, and he's incredibly loud, which is maybe where I get it from. So, I'm coming to you from the very cold outside, and I'm very excited to be talking to my next guest, who I met this year. Um, doesn't seem like you can meet a lot of people this year, but we actually were planning on going on a very long tour together that we did part of, and obviously the virus stopped us in our tracks. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome my friend Guetterman of the band Crumbsnatchers out of Knoxville into the fun zone.
Yo,
What's up, dude?
hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Where are you
Yeah,
at?
man. I'm on my back porch. I'm on the
Sweet.
back porch of my family's house. It's a little cold, but the house is full. My dad's teaching. My sister does therapy from home now because she's a counselor. So I thought, why not give it a shot? Come out here, put on a coat, and
Yeah,
actually, the sun just now started shining right this very second. So it feels all right.
cool.
Yeah, man, it's great to see you. It's great to see your She Shreds hat, a hat that is an iconic piece of Guterman's outfit, uh, and a hat that is in your music video
Yeah,
that just came out that we're kind of promoting today. So,
yeah,
um, yeah, I guess that's where I'd like to start. You just put out Satin Glow, the song, and then the music video as well.
yes.
Congrats, the song sounds great, and the music video is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Um, it was it felt really good to put that song out. It's been a long time since I put music out, and making that video was a blast. And yeah, I'm excited that it's out.
For uh,
I
for
like
those for those who don't know, Guetts is in an electric couch in the music video. That is something you were talking about long before this music video. I feel like you've been scheming on that for a minute.
Yeah, that's correct. I feel like we talked about that when we were on the road in the spring.
Is that just like a vision that came to you in the night?
That was I think like a year and a half ago or something like that. I saw like a electric mobile couch in a pride parade, and
Whoa.
then I was like, for a while I tried to find that couch because that couch was really cool, and I was trying to figure out if I could use that couch in a music video.
Yeah, right.
And then I found the guy who owned that couch, and he was like, "That couch is no more. It's moldy. It's gross. I threw it out." But
Dang.
he got me in contact with the guy who built that couch, and that guy built the couch that I used for me.
Oh, really? So it's built by the same person
Yeah,
here in Nashville,
in
right?
Knoxville.
Oh, in Knoxville. So you
Yeah.
were at a Knoxville Pride Parade and you saw this couch, and then you were able to contact the person who made it, and they made you a couch.
Yes, that's right.
That's awesome. How'd you get it to Nashville?
His name is RT, which is hilarious that he builds all these motorized things and his name is RT, and
That is crazy.
he brought it here in his pickup truck.
That's cool. That's cool. Wow. He special delivered it. The music video looks great. The song is awesome. Did you record that at home? Are you playing a lot of the instruments? What's the deal?
It was a mixed match. It was a hodgepodge of different studios. I made a demo of Satin Glow on my computer at home, and then I recorded some vocals and some guitar with some buddies of mine in New York, and then I think I recorded the drums
Whoa.
and some of the other finishing things at a different buddy's studio in Knoxville. So it was a collage of different spaces that.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I didn't. Why you went up to New York to record?
Yeah, that was over a year ago as well.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, it's cool. The reason I thought you might have played some of it is because one, I've heard some of your demos, and it's cool. I know that you have the ability to make a lot of music at home, and also, uh, you played guitar on the tour that we were both on
Mhm.
in my band. Um, that was this year, which is crazy to think about because a lot of people talk about 2020 in this total pandemic kind of way. But I mean, we had, I don't know how many shows, but I mean, we probably were out there for like 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, yeah,
We're out there
almost.
for a pretty long amount of time, right?
Yeah, like almost a whole month. I think we played 28 days. We were gone. 28 shows.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
All around, we made a lot of really good memories. And you know, before that, you and I had met a couple times, but we didn't really know each other super well. I put out like an application or just
Hmm.
kind of was passing around on social media, like, hey, does anyone want to come and be a part of this band? Because the tour was so long that no one except for Big Sma, were willing to do it in my normal band. So I had to reach out, and we met through that, and
Yeah.
really got to hang out for an entire month. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I dream of doing it again someday, man.
Absolutely. I hope we do get to do it sooner or later.
Dude, yeah. My uncle works at or Vanderbilt Hospital, and he says we're gonna go. He says there's gonna be a Freeze summer tour, so I'm
You
feeling
think so?
optimistic.
Nice.
That's what he says. So I mean, he told me to start packing the trailer. He told me that at Thanksgiving, so over a Zoom call. So I mean, I don't know. He knows more than me. I'm I'm hoping for the fall, but you know, that would be insane.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up with you, man? What's you up to? What's like December or like fall Goots been like?
Um, something pretty kind of bizarre happened about a month ago, like a week before that video came out. Actually, I was playing baseball and I was pitching, and um, there was a guy on first base, and I'd been pitching all day. The guy gets on first base, and I guess maybe something weird about the angle happened, but I go to throw like a pickoff move over to first base, and my humerus bone, this bone here, snapped in half, and
What?
it broke, dude. It was the strangest thing. Like I didn't even know that it was possible that could happen.
Wow.
I went to Vanderbilt Hospital at the ER. They were like perplexed as well. They had no idea how that was even possible. Ran all these crazy tests with like CAT scans, MRI, blood work, and all this stuff to figure out how that was even possible. Everything came up clean, like no like bone density issues or tumors or anything weird like that. Like it's kind of unexplainable. My arm snapped in half, and then I had surgery 3 days later. But it's healing up really well.
Wow.
Um, uh,
That's
that
good.
was, yeah,
I'm so sorry that happened, dude. That's insane.
it was really bizarre. Like it's all like it all like, what happens like and then fixed itself so quickly, and like I'm like able to move around. I can play again. Like it's like fine. My arm's good. Like
Wow.
but it was just like a really bizarre thing that happened.
Yeah, right. Gosh, man. Yeah, I'm glad it's healing quickly. Is that up like is that higher up in your arm? I don't know where that bone is.
Yeah, it's just this bone. Like here's it was this arm. Uh,
Wow.
like I don't know if you
Oh,
can
is
see
that the scar right there, the surgery?
surgery scar. Yeah, like it was this bone just like right in the middle, just snapped.
That's
It was
insane, dude.
it was pretty bizarre.
I've broken my arm like 3 times. Always lower though, but yeah, it's like it always takes a really long time to heal. So I'm glad that you're like maybe that bone up there heals a little bit quicker. I don't really know how that works, but
Yeah, I think
I'm,
they just
I'm
got
glad.
really good at medicine.
Oh, you think
Surgery.
so? In the last like 20 years, they've just
Yeah,
gotten
I
really
think
good at
so.
it.
Yeah, like because it was wild. They were telling me about it. Like they're like, it's gonna be no issue. You'll be like back doing stuff in 6 weeks. There'll be no fine. There'll be
Wow, man. I never thought about technology getting better in like bone healing or whatever, but that's cool.
no.
You also aren't you? You say you got a new gig. You're like a bartender, like a rooftop bar or something, maybe.
Yeah, there's like a pop up Christmas themed bar on top of the Fairlane hotel, and they like decorated it all. Christmas.
Cool. That's fun, right?
Um, uh, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Is it pretty touristy? Is a lot of like tourists coming
I'm
through?
not sure. I'm not sure who's coming up there. Like we opened this past weekend, and I'm just back there like pouring the drinks. I'm not really paying a lot of attention about of who's coming in because I'm not really speaking to anybody. But
Oh, you're not bartending?
I am bartending, but like
Or how does that?
because of,
Or yeah, I don't
because
know.
of COVID, no one really comes up to the bar. Everyone is kind of like just sat down at a seat, and then drinks come in, and I make them, and the servers take them away. But
Oh, there's like a waiter in between you and. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
yeah,
Well, man, that honestly, the idea of being a bartender, my favorite part would be talking to the people. It seems like that would be just more brutal, just pouring drinks the whole time.
yeah, it's not quite as fun. Like when I
Yeah,
bartended at like Wilburn Street Tavern, like that was a blast, just like hanging out with people that came in. But this is a
yeah,
little different. But
yeah, right. Are you you working on any music that's like a follow up to this single or like any other just projects in general? Any
yeah,
new music?
yeah, I'm actually shooting another music video tomorrow.
No
For
way.
yeah, for simply the same director that did this last one for another song called One Call.
Sweet, dude. What?
Yeah, yeah,
So you're just kind of taking it song by song, just making really good song, really good music video, and then putting it out.
yeah. I
And
think I'm gonna put One Call out with the video probably like late January or early February, and then I plan to. I'm gonna try and have like a full album like this next summer.
cool. What?
That's
That'd be
like
awesome.
that's the goal. Yeah,
By summer 2021.
yeah.
Sweet, dude. Wow, that's cool. Are you still writing that right now? Or you feel like most of the songs are already done?
Most of the songs are already done, and then I've got to pick between several others to figure out which ones I want to put on there, and then got to finish those up. That's the goal.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. That's exciting stuff, man. How you thinking like a full length, full
That's
LP?
what I'm going to shoot for. That's my goal. Like I definitely I have a lot of work to do to be able to complete that goal, but that's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my
Yeah.
neighbor, I don't think they can hear me from here, but my neighbors have chickens now.
Wow.
That's crazy. And I live in like
How many chickens
suburbia.
do they have?
I see at least 3 right now.
Oh,
That's crazy. Whoa.
that's awesome.
And, I can't tell you how like random that is. Like just picture total suburbia, just a house with some chickens. I don't even know if that's allowed, man. The homeowners association might take them down. They're kind of sticklers. These HOA groups,
My sister just got really into having goats. And
oh, really?
And I think they did just move out to a place where they have some extra land, but for a while they were like living in the
cool.
suburbs with goats.
Whoa, no way. I think that's awesome, dude. Do you remember when we went to, what was it called? 3 something farm in Jacksonville where we stayed for a couple nights? It was like Emma's best friend's mom's house. And there were like so many animals.
There was like sheep and horses.
Yeah, sheep, horses. The horses were like in a cage with some other smaller, or not cage, but like in a field with some smaller cute animal that I can't remember what it was. Maybe donkeys or something.
Yeah, like was there alpaca there?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and there was like that. It was like a really big space, like, but it felt like a miniature farm, and it had like a pond with a little kayak in it.
Dude, yes, that was so much fun. I feel like towards the end of our trip, because we were coming up through Jacksonville to head. Well, the second time we stayed there to head westward.
Yeah.
Worked our way west. By the time we got to Texas, it was over. Yeah, man. Has there been anything else that you've been up to besides music? Like, have you found any other like hobbies or artistic or just like interests over quarantine?
I was playing a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
And I was having a blast doing that. Me and you have talked about our love for baseball before.
Totally, dude. I love baseball.
And that was
I've played only one game, but I did play like in a league, a softball game through my church. That I grew up going to. It's just a lot of like 40 to 50-year-old guys, and they needed an extra guy, and they texted me. I'd never played. I would love to. I mean, I'm not great. It was honestly pretty terrifying to be up there, but I love this sport, and it's pretty. It's pretty safe. I mean, of all the sports, it's got to be probably the safest one you can play, or maybe tennis, besides tennis.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to. Is it like a league? Do you have to like sign up for the season or?
Not really. It's kind of like Sandlot style. Like sometimes there are like teams, but and there's like 5 teams, and sometimes we'll set up games at parks and like hire an umpire to come play,
Cool.
or we may like set up a tournament, but most of the time it's just like a group of guys get together and do a glove toss where we just like throw our gloves in a pile, and then someone comes and just like grabs gloves and makes 2 different piles out of all the gloves, and then you go on the team where your glove is, and which is a really fun way to do it.
That
And
does sound fun. That's cool. That's awesome, man. That sounds like a really good time. How did you get involved with that? I mean, I know you've done baseball since like you were growing up, right? Your dad is a professional baseball player, for those who don't know.
he was.
Or he was, yeah, right. And so you've, I
That'd be
guess,
wild
played your whole life?
It was. What?
Yeah, that would be wild.
63 now. The oldest baseball player in recorded history.
What if he was just like a closer? You know, like he was just came in the 9th inning, just threw some bullets, you know? Or he had like a really good changeup or something. Like I feel like you could
like a knuckleball pitcher might be able to get away with that.
Yeah, right. If you had a solid knuckleball, couldn't you play? Is it like come in 9th inning, just throw some crazy pitches and then for like 3. Although now they've changed. Haven't they changed the rule where now you have to stay in for like at least 3 batters or something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
The major league just changed. They have some new rule where you can't like go in and out for 1 batter, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that weird how they still are changing rules after like hundreds of years?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they are, and they're still changing the way they do things, like the whole like the shift that they do now, where they like pull the shortstop over to play a shallow outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, right. And I feel like a lot of the rules are because we're now getting to a place where people are trying to break kind of unspoken rules, or like, you know, like I guess there was never a problem of batters like readjusting their gloves and kicking the bat with both of their cleats in between every single pitch, but now there is. So they're like, okay, we have to put a stop to this.
An issue with that now?
Just like the games have, you might know more than me, but from what I understand from my dad and granddad who both watch like every day, the games have just continuously throughout their lifetime just gotten longer and longer. And a lot of it's just because there's like the pitcher and batter relationship. Like each pitch takes so much longer now. And mainly I think because of the batters.
They're doing more to mess up each other's timing.
Yeah, right. And just like needing more preparation between every like they leave the batter's box after every pitch.
Yeah.
You know. Interesting stuff, man. It is genuinely.
What do you think about the Astros cheating?
Okay, I've read a little bit about that, but I don't know a ton. They got in trouble for spying on other teams, right? Like they're like what their pitchers were gonna call?
Yeah, they were like using technology and also just like other things to signal the batter with what the pitch was gonna be. And they're like using their Apple Watches, like or like the batter would have like a little like I guess like a bracelet, but on your bicep underneath their jersey, and it would like buzz once for fastball, buzz twice for curveball, or whatever their signals.
It's insane, dude.
Or they also got caught smacking the trash can in the dugout, like no trash can smacks fastball, 1 trash can smack curveball, you know.
Wow, dude.
And
it feels pretty messed up, man.
I personally think that sounds fine. Like,
really?
I don't see an issue with that at all. Like, I feel like that's been part of the game for forever, is trying to steal the other team's signs. That's why signs are so complicated. That's why, you know, the third baseman is.
Yeah, right.
To code the signs to keep the other team from being able to steal them. I guess it gets kind of weird when you like start adding technology into it, but
yeah,
maybe they should be adding technology in hiding their signs or something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But then you have like the last 5 players on your baseball team roster are hackers that are in there with computers, like figuring and trying to intercept
Yeah,
signal.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like it's kind of like guerrilla warfare or something. It's like if one side adapts, the other side adapts too. Like, it's just like it. Like on the one hand, I can see it as the Astros cheating,
yeah,
or I could also see it as just like, well, that's the future. Other teams need to adapt. Good on them for like, having a leg up and like, being the first to figure that out.
yeah.
They've trained and created the best team they can through, you know,
All the possible, like moving the shortstop over to play right field, or
yeah,
wherever it is.
exactly. Yes, exactly. I mean, in the same way that doing an onside kick or something isn't a cheat. That's just like an idea. It's like, what if we do this? If we do a trick play? What if we, I don't know. Didn't I remember? I remember A-Rod got kind of shamed for like yelling like "I got it" or something while he was running the bases and made someone drop a pitch.
Oh, really?
This was like 10 years ago. Yeah, and people were
So
really upset with him.
he yelled, "I got it," and then both the players backed off the ball, and the ball.
Yeah, it was something like that. And I remember thinking that seems totally fair. Like because I grew up playing I grew up playing baseball, but I also grew up playing backyard baseball on my computer, and all
Yeah,
the little characters would be yelling at each other. Like swing, bada, swing.
yeah,
That's kind of what's the name of the game. Like I thought you were supposed to like kind of yell stuff and mess with each other. So
yeah,
I thought that was totally cool.
yeah. That seems like a really clever thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. Um, have you also been like I don't know, like what else have you been doing besides sports and making music? What do you like to do to like pass the time or stay busy? I know.
uh,
Yeah.
that's it. Other than hanging out.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Uh, our friend Sean just sent me a bunch of books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they sent me a bunch of books, like this really cool package of books who I met through you, and really cool. So I've got all these cool books to read now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it is
When did
awesome.
you hang out with Sean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, I haven't seen Sean since a couple times I saw with you. Um, yeah, man. Well, what else you got going on? What else do you want to talk about,
I don't know what's going on with you, man. What you
dude?
got?
I've got
You releasing any new songs soon?
man. I don't know. I've got some songs cooking, but I've really just been trying to write more. And I've got like way too many songs that are like at the beginning stages, and I just keep creating more. But I'm having a hard time getting them all the way done, like even fully written, and then past that, and like produced and recorded and mixed and mastered and released. It's just I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get them further along. So I don't think I'm stuck. Well, I'm stuck, but I'm not like giving up stuck. Like I'm still
Right.
creating stuff, and I'm hoping that I'll have a breakthrough. I want to be more prolific. I'd love to be an artist that put out, you know, 10 to 20 songs every year, like an album and an EP or two albums or something.
Yeah.
But I'm just not quite there yet. I feel this like long-term relationship with music where I've like used to be so prolific, and then in the last 5 years
Mhm.
I've just been totally, it's just ever since I really started like performing and touring, been totally slowed down. Like I feel so much pressure, and I can never finish songs anymore. It's like the art form lost its just like pure joy to me. Now it's like still fun and exciting and important to me, but it's like a really slow process,
Yeah.
which is
Don't worry.
frustrating.
Lots of people experience that.
Yeah, yeah, that is true, and that is encouraging to hear. I would love to like solve it though. I'd love to like have overcome it. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'll just keep fighting it my whole life, or if eventually I could like. Part of me thinks like if I could get better at recording at home, all of a sudden I just be super prolific. Like what's holding me back is just my technical skill. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I understand that for sure. Sometimes I think even there's just like I just need this one piece of gear, and then I'll be able to push it out.
Yeah,
So
right.
like I just need this microphone, or I just need this effects pedal, or whatever it is. But
Totally.
that never really does it. But
Yeah.
it can like spark some ideas or something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it might just be an ongoing thing I have to deal with my whole life, but
And you
I
may
think
have
part.
another period of where you have a lot to make and have a lot to say, and then you may like transition into another period where that that creative process slows down, and then it comes and goes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. I think that the corporate, like big, like industry level,
Hmm.
you know, music creation process is such a slow and long process.
Hmm.
It's kind of foreign to me too. Like the reason I was so prolific in middle school and like early high school when I was just making, I mean, I'd make like an album like every like month or two, you know, I was just pumping music out. I think part of it's because the turnaround time was so quick. Um, and like one, it was obviously that the stakes weren't as high, but I think a second thing is that I could just do it really quickly. And like, so right now I really enjoy painting because can make a painting in a day or two, or I can make a podcast in like a day or two. I like art and like playing shows. It's like this, like, I think I really like making art in a more fast paced way than I do working on an album that's like supposed to be this masterpiece. It doesn't really like appeal to my, I don't know, inclination,
Yeah, I
which,
mean,
but I don't know if that's troubling because the industry is that way. I feel like people take like 2 years to make like 14 songs and it's like this big thing.
yeah,
I don't know. I'd rather just like make a song every day and put it out.
yeah, you can do
I guess I could.
that.
I just don't want to. I get afraid of becoming like inaccessibly. I don't want to put out too much music and then like lose everyone.
Yeah,
Is that even possible though? I mean, I feel like it is. Maybe
maybe.
it's not.
I don't know. I've never done that before.
Yeah, I haven't either. But I think about people like R. Stevie Moore who just like have like he has like 200 albums.
Yeah.
But then again, I listen to R. Stevie Moore. I just listen to it differently. I don't listen to every album. I listen to like compilations and like
Hmm.
greatest hits and stuff. So, and I know everyone's got their own path. Maybe I should just press into my path more. I just get afraid. What if my path isn't like accessible? Like, what if my path leads me to obscurity? You know?
Well, hopefully it will, and then and then back out. You know,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
like I remember when we watched Dig. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, those guys definitely went into some obscure places, and then like found themselves on the other side of this very obscure ocean of experiences.
that's
And
true. That's true. Where
you
did
know,
we watch that? Where were we when we watched that?
we were at whose parents' house was that? That was a different parents' house. That was Briston's parents' house.
Oh yeah. Bristen's mom and stepdad in Fernandina Beach.
Yes.
That
What?
was cool, dude.
What's
That
that?
was like one of the nicest. Like most tours, I don't really do off days very much because I feel like we're the same way. It's like by the time the nighttime hits, I'm ready to like party again. I'm ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we had like a legit off day where there was like we were like at a beachside town and like ate like shrimp, like walked around. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought someone came into my house.
Is that the front door?
Oh no, that's the front door to my room.
That's what's up.
Hang on 1 second, freeze.
You're good, dude.
There we go.
Was it a ghost?
It was a ghost. No, it was like,
That's cool, man. Are you still liking living in Nashville and everything? Are you still feeling good about doing
yeah,
like
I love Nashville.
everything?
Um, uh,
Cool.
I love Nashville more and more all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you feel like you're gonna stay for a long time? Do you want to keep living in Nashville and making music and just like doing what you're doing? Do you feel steady?
I feel good about it right now. I feel like taking it like another year at a time. You know,
Yeah.
like when I think about like staying here another year, and 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 doing what I'm doing and keep meeting more musicians and just like talented people that love making music. Like I feel good about that, about doing that another year and then reassessing then. And so yeah,
Yeah, that's healthy. Is that how you tend to take life? You just kind of take it by the season or by the year? I'm definitely that way. I don't like to like I never have known my 5 year plan. I've never thought that far ahead.
yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I've done like imaginary full lifelong plans, but then like, just it's all subject to change at any given point if it doesn't feel right or like is what you're supposed to be doing, then and often those lifelong plans are very, very silly and not realistic anyway. But they're still fun to think about. But
yeah,
I think it's also good to reassess every now and then.
Yeah, totally. I can see like I am very goal oriented, and I can see how it could probably help some people to have like a big like 5 or 10 year plan. But it's weird. Like although I am always focused on certain goals and like meeting certain things, a lot of times they're in like a micro way where it's just like in the next 3 weeks I want to do this or that.
Yeah.
It's never like I never meet my goals, or like they're always changing. Like my goals for 2020 obviously changed a lot, but any year it's like, I don't know. I'm definitely not afraid of reassessing and just scrapping things if they don't seem like they're working out.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah, I think so too. Sometimes I feel like I don't know. It can feel weird when you're like you're at the drawing board for like the 8th time that year. You're like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
But I like it that way, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes it's got to be that way.
Yeah. I really just want to like make art and travel. Like I feel like most of the times when I assess myself or really check myself, I'm like, have I been traveling? Obviously, pandemic aside, I'm like, have I been traveling enough? I think that's a big thing. Like I want to make sure I want to see the world, and I don't feel like I've done enough of that yet. So I'm always get really hard on myself. I'm like, I need to like travel more. It's very easy to just like have a season pass and not travel at all.
Yeah, for sure. I find myself like going back and forth between like, man, I want to go see this, I want to go do this, I want to live in this place, I want to live in there, I want to live there, and like, and then sometimes I feel like, man, I need to like, I also want to like have a house in the woods that's mine, you know what I mean, and not pay rent every year, you know what I mean, and
totally,
and like the ultimate goal would be to have both, you know what I mean, to have the house in the woods with all the gear in the world to make music, and then be able to pack up and leave and go see things as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when I meet people who live through a lot of experiences, I start thinking about that a lot, like traveling. But then kind of more for me, like the cabin idea is like also just like
Cookville.
Yeah, Cookville. But it's like what comes from that. It's like you can create, like what you're saying, like creating the music. It's like you could. Part of me is like I should be working on like writing a big book or writing a big album or something. And then the other part is like I should be doing all this stuff. But it's hard to do both because a lot of the artists that we respect, like dedicate large chunks of time to like being isolated, or just at their home, not totally isolated, but they're like working on their thing. It's hard to do both at the same time. I've never been able to be on tour and write music. Hopefully one day I could, but definitely not in a DIY circuit. Like you'd have to have a tour bus driver and you're like have a Wi-Fi hotspot in the back or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate goal to me would be making music and stuff, like creating stuff during the day, but then also just be like traveling too,
And take a break when you get off the bus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we get off the bus and then you're like in Asheville and you get off the bus and you're somewhere else and kind of just digging into cities, but then also still like achieving the perfect flow of like creative. I think that appeals to me more than like a big phase. Like I guess what I was saying about albums, like doing a tour phase and doing an album cycle. I kind of just want to do both.
Yeah, and just keep them going.
Yeah, and keep them going.
I believe you could do that.
Thank you, man. That maybe that's my dream. Maybe that's my goal.
Yeah, I think I'm the other way where I think I would prefer the seasons, but I think you could do that.
Interesting.
Be very suited for that.
You've done a lot of touring with Crumbsnatchers, yeah?
I've done a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done as much as you have, but I've done a decent amount.
And are you booking those yourself when you do go out?
I booked some of them myself for a long time. My buddy Coy was helping me book those, and sometimes we had some other people hooking us up with different little strings here and there. But I've
Yeah.
done some of it myself, and then other people have helped as well. But
When you go out on the road, are they for pretty long runs, or do you like to do more like weekend kind of just shorter runs?
we've done definitely more of the weekend things, week-long things, 2-week long things. We never did uh, anything like uh, what we did in the spring and what we were planning to do.
Yeah, right. I've never really done. See, we got to about. That is about what I've done before. Is like 3 weeks
Yeah,
or 4 weeks. I've never. I always am trying to push past that. But like even on that tour, like I had no idea what that was going to be like. I couldn't comprehend it because I've never done anything like that. I've never been gone for 10 weeks.
yeah.
Um,
It was pretty great. It was such a bummer to have to go. Like the crew we had was so sweet, and the times we had were so wholesome and memorable. Like it was such a bummer to have to stop, and like we weren't even halfway through, and like
yeah,
it still felt really good. It still felt fun. It still felt like 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 vacation and work, like
totally.
very fulfilling, fun work to do. And
Yeah,
it was a bummer to have to come home.
it was. Man, I like it. Honestly, like I feel a bunch of different emotions about it. None of which being positive. But like I get sad. I get really sad thinking about touring, but then I also get straight up like mad,
Mm-hmm.
mad at God, like shaking my fist because
Yes.
it's like that. It was such. It felt like such a. And I know I'm speaking my experience. A lot of people have probably dealt with worse things. People are literally out there dying, and my thoughts are with them. But with our crew, it just it was like a total. I don't know. Maybe it was a divine thing, but it felt like a fluke to have all of us come together. It was like it was just crazy because like we didn't really know each other, like the group as a whole.
Yeah.
We just had such a good thing going, and you know, I am sad thinking that I get sad thinking realistically that crew might not ever be able to get back together. But I also feel some positivity because I know that all the people who are in that crew are still doing music, and just the next time I have a tour, I hope that I can like I don't know who's gonna come, if it'll be like people from that crew or from, but I know I'm gonna reach out and hopefully whoever
Yeah.
can, and we can like create another like really just good tour with memories and people, and I don't know, just have even more moments like that forever. That's what I
Yeah.
want to spend the next decade or 2 or 3 or 4 doing. So
Yeah.
hopefully as many people as we can from that tour can join again.
I have no doubt that it'll happen.
That's cool. I'm encouraged to hear that.
Emma was in the Satin Glow video.
Yes, dude. Yeah, that was awesome. So she came
Yeah.
in town just to be, I guess, kind of see you and be a part of the music video.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. I love Emma. I was that was so I was like in that was like the one weekend I was gone. I was very heartbroken.
Yeah.
I was in North Georgia, I think, with my family or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. We had a blast making it.
I thought Samal was in the
So,
video because you're riding in at the opening scene. Well,
yeah.
or when it kicks off with you and the couch, the guy that you're with in the beanie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's Sma.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, that's not Sma at all.
That's Ethan.
Is he your drummer?
Yeah, he is.
That's cool. That's cool. Him and Sma could be
You
brothers
should,
for sure.
come over and just ride the couch.
You said, wait, what'd you say?
You still got to come over and just ride around on the couch with me.
Dude,
Take a ride around town.
I would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
We
Kind of cold now, but we can still do it.
have you talked to Sma in a little while?
Yeah, Small. Actually, I was the last time I saw him. I think I saw him a couple weeks ago when I was still like pretty bedridden from my surgery, and
Dang,
Small came and hung out with me, and we played video games, and
that's cool.
that was very sweet. He was a good buddy to come and sit with me when I couldn't get up and do anything.
Yeah. Well, he might be I don't want to, for anyone listening, Sma's life is Sma's life. I don't know what I'm here to say, but you know what I mean? We should hang out with him before he might be like going on a big trip or moving or something.
Yes,
So we should,
I know. We need to get together before that happens.
yeah, let's go eat some tacos or something and ride on the couch.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool, man. I would love to be. I would love to. That would be a dream. Man, dude, we could fill this entire podcast with, stories because from our experience together, but you more than anyone else that I know, genuinely, I'm not just saying this, have the best stories. It's like
Wow.
I feel like that's undoubtedly true.
Wow. Thank you.
Of course, dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just because you are such a welcoming and like adventurous person that you're just like the stories just follow you. But it's just
Wow.
crazy.
Thank you.
Like your couch story. You're like we're riding down the street in your couch and got stopped by the cops. That whole story.
I did. I did get stopped by the cops.
Yeah, I feel like we can talk, or like I don't know. I just have 1,000 Guetts stories that I tell. I'm like, yeah, my friend had this happen. Feel like, what? That's crazy. Do you remember right before? So right when our tour was ending, you stayed back because you were like, flights are so cheap. I'm just gonna fly back. I'm gonna hang out in Texas for a couple days with my friends and like meditate. And then I remember we lit off a firework for you right when we left in like the middle of the street. It was like the loudest, biggest.
I do remember that. That was the last firework of tour.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
The firework at the radio room?
Oh yeah, I have a video. I have like someone's Snapchat of that I screen grabbed. They have of you guys like running away, and the firework like goes up and then just doesn't go into the air. It comes back down and just explodes.
Explodes on the ground in like this enclosed patio with like a privacy fence around it. I'm the one who put it in there. I must have put it in upside down or something so that when it like shot off, instead of like shooting up 60 feet into the air, it shot off like 5 feet in the air, fell on the ground, and one of those huge mortar fireworks just exploded into this patio. Thankfully, nobody got hurt and anything bad happened, but they did take our fireworks, and then you went and asked very nicely, and they gave them back to us.
Yeah, I think I just threw y'all under the bus is what I did. I think.
Yeah.
I just had to be like, those guys are crazy. Can I please have my fireworks back? I mean, come on. What are we gonna do? We're not. It's like we're leaving. Like we're on tour. We're not gonna come back tomorrow.
Blow up more fireworks.
Dude, that night I remember we met that guy who drummed for the Brian Jonestown Massacre, which was just like insane.
Yeah, and he had a bunch of stories.
Yeah, dude, that was. And then I remember we got on a fight on stage, and I was like, dude, he's gonna think like a joking fight, and I was like, he's gonna think we're just like ripping off Anton. He's like, if anyone knows where my heart is at, it's this guy. He's like, oh, this band is literally ripping off my band. Like, yeah. We're like getting in a ego fight on stage.
Yeah. I didn't think about that because I had never seen. We watched that documentary later.
Yeah, like a week later.
Yeah.
Have you been able to travel at all? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to travel safely right now, but have you been able to go on any trips or do anything amidst COVID with your family or friends?
I've been back and forth between Knoxville several times. Early on in the pandemic, I did go to Seattle to see some old friends.
Cool.
But other than that, I haven't really gone anywhere.
Yeah.
Gotten to see anybody, any out of town homies.
Seattle, that's crazy. That's all the way, man.
I think that's across. That's diagonal.
That's fun. That's cool. I've done one road trip, or like I did one acoustic solo tour with a girl I was dating at the time. Came with me, but I was just alone. Yeah. I went to the West Coast, up and down and back through Colorado. That's actually where I reconnected with Stefan, who I'd met once.
Nice.
And, wound up playing like a house show with him.
Yeah.
But I've never really, as much as I've toured and traveled, I've always felt like it would be a huge risk to go out there. And when it comes down to like booking a specific tour, I'm always like, I don't want to subject a band to like 7-hour drives and like literally losing all the money. We wouldn't make any money for the first tour. Yeah. So I've always just stuck to like the eastern half of the US, but I really want to go out there more.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to California or spent any time out there?
When I lived in Seattle when I was a kid, and we would go down to California, but I've never done any like touring out there, and it's other than going out to Seattle recently, like it's been a long time since I've been to the West Coast at all.
Yeah.
But I would love to.
Dude, you should come on this 50. I'm sure me and Smoff talked to you about the 50-day tour that we are scheming on.
No, I'm not. Really
dude, 50. Check this out: 50 days, 50 states, 50 shows.
Oh, shit.
Yes, dude. Okay. So you start in.
How are you gonna do Hawaii and Alaska?
So the only way to do that is to save time by only doing one flight each. So you start the tour in Alaska.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you play, so you can spend. So then we could prepare up there. You know, maybe if you have a friend or an Airbnb or something, hang out there for a second, catch our breath, and then we would play that show, fly to the States, do the whole, 48, and then fly to Hawaii for the finish. Okay. And we can make those travel days we can make up by doing like an afternoon show in Connecticut, nighttime show in Vermont or something. We could school New England like in a day or two.
Yeah, for sure.
And then do the longer,
Absolutely. You can do Philadelphia, New Jersey, and New York in a day.
Yes, exactly. And like, if we, the fans and the people hopefully would know, but they'd be getting some attention, so people would come out. We could do record stores and stuff, and yeah, dude, just travel the entire country in like a blip. I mean, it's not like we'd get to like see a lot of sites, but we could. I mean, a day is.
Oh, there you are.
Guetts, dude, that was crazy. My computer died because I thought it was plugged in, but it wasn't.
You're back.
I'm back. Anyway, that's the idea. You could 50. So I mean, you wouldn't. What I was saying is, I mean, even in 24 hours, you could like, stop at the Grand Canyon and then still play a show that night. I think. You can still see some of the country.
Sure. I think so.
And it'd just be a crazy story. It'd be a crazy. I think it would just be interesting, and people would want to experience it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we can maybe even get it sponsored or something, so we could actually not lose thousands of dollars in the process. That'd be great.
The United States.
So this is me pitching the idea to you, I guess, right now in real time.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm in. I'm there.
Sweet, dude. Sweet. That's something I've been dreaming of. So, well, my original dream back in 2018, I tried to do 100 shows in 100 days, and it just totally crashed.
It's solo as well.
That was wait, what did you ask?
Yeah, were you doing that one solo?
That was the one that, like, dude, it was. I mean, genuinely, I was doing whatever I could. Like, so I booked a full band tour, and they were like, we can, like, the whole band was like, we could do like 3 weeks, but then we have to get back to work. And then I did like after that, I got like another couple guys to do like a 3-piece or something, and then I went full solo, and then I was like with my girlfriend, and then after that, I was totally alone, just like in my van, and I no longer had any shows booked to get caught up to me, and I was just playing open mics. And I remember I just talked to some friends back in Nashville, and they were like, "You don't have to keep going." Like, they were like, I'd done like 50 shows or 55, and I was just like, I literally had no money left. Like, I was busking to get gas money to get to the next city. Yeah. Every time they were like, "Dude, you should just stop." And I still don't know if I should have, but I did, and it's probably for the better. It's definitely healthier.
Yeah, I remember that story. That's a wild story.
That is a wild story. I was definitely like, even though that was like a couple years ago, I feel like I was a lot younger, like I was definitely just out there like burning it, which I still want to burn hot like that, but I hadn't really thought it through, Yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, we're coming towards the end of our time. Anything else we should plug in the hour? Anything else you got rolling? Anything else you're scheming on?
I've got a nonprofit in the works called Music is Real. I've told you a little bit about it.
Yeah, you mentioned it once to me.
Therapeutic group songwriting. they aren't really classes or lessons, just kind of like a group songwriting with the intention of it being therapeutic for everybody involved. And the idea behind Music is Real is to create a nonprofit so that we can do it in mental health clinics, schools, prisons, juvenile detention centers, halfway houses, and have it be to everyone who needs it. And I'm been learning about just like teaching. It's something I've done in the past through different mental health clinics and different organizations, but I'm starting my own nonprofit for it. So
That's really cool, man. How do you
yeah,
start a nonprofit? I mean, what is that? Is that like a
you
legal thing you have to like go through?
yeah, there's like applications. You have to get references. You have to, you know, uh, I'm sure there's like certain certifications that I don't have yet that would really help in my application to get that status granted to me. And me and my friend Sean are working through. Sean's my partner in Music is Real, and uh, we're working to get those things worked out to try and get that nonprofit status.
That's really cool. So Sean's involved as well. That's awesome. Wow, y'all are legends. So, what is the? I mean, we don't have to get too technical with it, but like, what is the idea behind doing a nonprofit? Is that I've never really understood any of that jargon. That I understand that means that you do not collect a profit after everyone's paid and service is paid.
Right.
There that money gets donated somewhere.
Well,
Is that how that works?
I think with the way we would do it, we would just like uh, the thing that getting donated is the service itself, and then um,
Oh, interesting.
and then so like that the idea is that it is free to the people that need it, um, and then you know like myself and Sean, people who work on it are compensated through grants and things like that, so that we can spend our time doing it and giving it to people who would benefit from that service for free.
Cool. So it's basically you're starting a business, um,
That is not paid for by the customer.
but it's not. Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, well that's awesome, man. Is that something you've been thinking on for a long time? Is that something you're like particularly have felt passionate about starting?
I've been doing the group therapeutic songwriting classes for about 3 years now, but Sean was the first one that was like, you should start a nonprofit and you can do it like this because there was like some frustrations I had with some of the mental health clinics I would have that were definitely for profit, and they were like very expensive for people to go to. So the only people that could be very wealthy to get this help and for your mental health, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
didn't feel good about that. So, and talking with Sean was like, this is how you would do this.
that's cool. Wow, so you're kind of taking it into your own hands, like trying to
Yeah.
be the solution to the problem that you've experienced.
Yeah.
And so it'll be like people coming together to create music. So I guess my question is this something that people would be like assigned or like encouraged to do like by their doctor, by their therapist, or is it maybe more something that you think people would hopefully find out about as like a community that they could like get involved with on,
Yeah.
kind of on their own?
I think depending on where you are, it would definitely be both. You could like learn about it. I think I would benefit from that. I want to go sign up from that. Or it could be something that your doctor is like, hey, maybe this could help you. Or, like if you are, like if you're institutionalized in whatever type of way, it'd be something where we would go there to them and do it there. Um, and kind of not only write a song with them, but also teach people kind of how to express themselves in that way so they could do it on their own as well.
Yeah. So it's about creating in community. It's about like what would be you say is the real advantage to people doing this as opposed to other forms of therapy or
I wouldn't say there's an advantage to this type of therapy like over another type of therapy. I think this is just like
right.
what I know and what has helped me, and so like this is what I'm doing. But I don't think there's any advantage to over any other type of therapy. I think it all depends on the individual and how
Right.
things help them. Basically, what I do in the class is like we're all in a group, right? Like we sit around, introduce each other, introduce ourselves, like you do in a class scenario, and we kind of just talk about music, talk a little bit about things, and then we start talking about our week or our day or the last couple of weeks, and we start getting some words down. We write down the words, and everyone shares to their comfort level, and then we take those words, we turn those words into phrases. We turn those phrases into lyrics. You know what I mean? And then we talk about music styles and what kind of style would fit this type of feeling, and how does that connect to the people in the class. And then we try to end the session with a song.
And would you be there? I guess at least at the start, you'd be the one who's like in the meetings, kind of helping orchestrate the musical, the songwriting process.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. Is it? Do you think it'd be more like a band, like people playing different instruments, or more like a bunch of people playing acoustic guitars, or maybe they're just sitting there and you're playing an acoustic guitar, and you're like kind of helping with the musical side of it?
Yeah, that's how it's been in the past. Like sometimes there's a musician who's there, but it's not like you have to know how to play an instrument at all. The idea is that, like, as a group, we turned our feelings into a song, and in doing that, we gave our feelings validity and recognized them, and then we have something to show for that.
Yeah, right. I've never done a lot of group songwriting in any regard, but I did start a songwriting, kind of like a writers group, where like everyone on Monday nights when I was in college would get together and share their songs.
Yeah.
And everyone that was involved, it like seemed really impacted by it. It was way more positive than I expected. And also when I was a camp counselor, at the most recent camp that I was at, I wound up writing a song with some of the students, with some of the kids.
Nice.
That was the first time that I'd kind of been like, the one, like above them. Like I was considered, they respect me as a songwriter and they wanted my help in writing. And I kind of was the one orchestrating it with some students who like maybe write poetry, maybe write songs, but weren't, don't do it as much. And it was incredibly fun. I think everybody really benefited from it. It was very cool, and it was emotional, and it was also just like really healthy, and the product was really cool. We had to perform it for the camp, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's like sounds like the exact same thing. Like that's what it would be like you should come and do some sessions when we get that rolling.
Are y'all rolling right now, or when does it kick off, or what's the scoop?
We're not really like music is real is not rolling. Like I may do some sessions with different groups here, but like as a nonprofit entity of itself, Music is Real has not gotten the wheels on it yet.
Cool. Well, keep me posted on it, man. And also, if you got anything going before that, like a songwriting group rolling, sounds fun too. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Congrats on that.
Thanks.
I wish you the best kicking that off. And I don't know. That sounds incredibly detail oriented and starting something through the government like that. So I hope you continue pushing through, because I know that's going to be a really good thing once you get that rolling.
Thanks.
No problem, man. I appreciate you coming to hang out, man. It's been great.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for hitting me up about it. And, for anyone who is listening, who hasn't already, go to Crumbsnatcher's Vivo and check out the Satin Glow official video. You can also stream it everywhere, and you can also follow Crumbsnatchers on Instagram. What's y'all's handle?
Crumbsnatchers _band.
Word. Follow Crumbsnatchers.
Yeah.
Go see them on tour one day. Thanks for being my friend, man. Thanks for chatting with me. Anyone who is Guetts' friend who doesn't know who I am, I'm Nordista Freeze. You can follow me on Instagram too. And you can, if you're watching on YouTube, you can like and subscribe. It's very yummy.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
All right, dude. I love you.
I love you too. I hope to see you soon. I can't wait to ride the couch and hang out.
Absolutely.
Cool. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Word. All right, y'all. That was awesome. Thank you so much for joining in. That was Guetterman. of the band Crumbsnatcher, like I said, YouTube, Instagram, etc., etc. Be our friend. Guetts is a sweet boy, and I'm a sweet boy too. We'd love to be your friends. So, yeah, have a great night, and comment who I should have on next, because we are still rolling deep into season 2, baby. Have a beautiful night and stay warm if you can. Peace.